Okay, so the next thing is climate mastery. People are, of course, concerned about our climate impacts, and we do have climate impacts. So the first fact is that a major use of fossil fuels is mastering the climate, specifically neutralizing climate danger. So we use fossil fuels to neutralize drought through irrigation and crop transport, to neutralize dangerous temperatures through heating and cooling, to build sturdy buildings, to protect ourselves from storms, and to power weather warning systems and evacuation systems. So a huge thing we do with fossil fuels is protect ourselves from climate. Now, how much does that matter compared to the threat of the CO2 emissions of fossil fuels? Well, so far, I think it's inarguable, almost nobody talks about this, but the climate mastery benefits far outweigh the negative side effects. We can measure how many people die from climate-related causes. We've seen that plummet 98% in the last 100 years. A huge part of that is fossil fuel climate mastery. Now, the final thing about this is that leading anti-fossil fuel experts, including many climate experts, they are ignoring the climate mastery benefits. And the most conspicuous and unfortunate example is what's called the UN IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. They have thousands of pages of reports on these issues. They do not mention once fossil fuel climate mastery or the decline in climate deaths. So this is the equivalent of evaluating the threat of polio, but you don't talk about the fact that it's plummeted, and you don't talk about vaccines or modern sanitation. This is a huge thinking error that causes people to catastrophize the future. Well, so what is the actual science in terms of what's going to happen to climate? We'll get to that in a second. But in terms of summarizing, if we are free to use fossil fuels, we will get ever better at neutralizing climate danger. So we'll be able to handle a lot. If we're not free to use fossil fuels, if we rapidly eliminate fossil fuels, as is being widely advocated in our culture, then we will lose a lot of our climate mastery ability, and the climate will be far more dangerous than it is today.